colors that I am going to use in making the flowers is going to be crimson red plus a little scarlet red. You must be having both of them in your palette. As again I told you the way that our colors could be different because our brands are different, so that's all right, but use more of scarlet and less of crimson, because the poppy flowers are like orangish red, so we're going to show that. Now carefully see how I put colors in the petal. We'll begin from one side. I'll take more colors, it seems to be still less. So we begin from this side, and again watch out the amount of water I have in my brush. It is easily moving. Now I completely wash the brush and dab the extra water and just start spreading the color. I don't go inside the red color, but from the edges I start spreading. Again I'll wash my brush, remove extra water. So we have almost 3 shades in the petal. We repeat the same process in the next petal. You can leave little space in between the petals like this. You see this little white space? I'll add little extra red here. It seems little less here. Again, wash my brush completely, remove extra water and spread like this. Very nicely, lightly. Don't put too much of effort. Again wash it, again spread it. So you see, this is how the color should spread. We repeat the process in all the petals. Now what I'll do is, since I can do it faster, I'll put the color directly in both the petals, but I would suggest all of you not to do this. You do one petal at a time, because initially you may not know when the color dries. Then this effect won't come. Okay. Now what I'll do is, I'll wait for this to dry, only then move to this particular flower. In the meanwhile, I'll come to the next flower. Again I begin from the base, not from the edge. Remember, because the base is generally darker. So I begin from here, wash the brush. Simple trick is, you can take 2 brushes at a time. In one brush take color and in the other brush only water. So you can use 2 brushes at one time, in case you find it difficult to do it with single brush. Very carefully leave this white line. Wash the brush, clean it, remove extra water. When I say remove extra water, don't wipe it with a cloth or paper, just dab it at the corner of the glass, the water container I mean. Very slight space has to be left between these petals so that the colors don't merge with each other. Like this. Now I move on to the third one. There seems to be extra gap here, so I'll fill it up. Again this side. Clean the brush and spread just with water. I have added little yellow to give a nice dramatic effect. So if you want, you can also do that. Add little extra yellow at certain places. It looks nice. This seems to have dried now. So I'll complete the petals. Very carefully so that they don't get mixed. See, you can use a smaller brush if you find it difficult. I'll show you. You can do with the smaller brush as well. Like this. And then now the red part has been done with the I'm going to use sap green and the darker vanadium green to make the leaves first, but before doing that I'll complete the buds. And the buds, for the buds I have taken lemon yellow. So I begin with the lemon yellow. It is looking little green because green is already mixed in it. My palette is little old. And then slightly add green to it, like this. So both the colors should be visible. Again, you should have enough water plus color as well. The colors shouldn't lighten too much. When I say have enough water, it does not mean that we don't have to take color. Color should be in okay quantity, not too less. So you see, once we show both the colors, they look so nice together. They shouldn't merge completely with each other. With this same color, I am going to make the stem. Just extend this. Since there is enough water, this will happen easily. You don't have to do much in it. Now comes the part of the leaves. Again, in leaves we will show different colors. We'll use little yellow, little light green and the darker green, the way we did in the mountains. Now just the object has changed. So we begin with little yellow on both the sides and leave a little white line in between. Then wash your brush, take green and add into it. But make sure that this line is saved, this little line in between, like this. Then you can merge as you go down. Then add little darker color. So you see, we have shown 3 colors in the single leaf. but the trick is they should merge properly. Okay, it shouldn't happen that they are in patches, and that is possible only when there is enough water in your brush and the paper does not dry like this. I'll add little yellow here as well. So you see there is a variation in color. Now when I come to this part, I'll begin from this side. I've taken little blue for this, but when I mix green into it, it will turn into a darker green. So blue will give a nice tinge. So just add little blue and then begin with green. And don't merge the blue completely. It should be seen. So now and also don't make lines when you mix colors, that first I make blue then green. Don't do this. It should be random. That is why this shape, now when this shape is there, now I'm going to mix little yellow to it. So you see there are no lines or borders of color, that there is a blue border followed by a green. Not like that. They should merge nicely. Again we begin from the lower part, carefully ensuring that it does not go into the flower like this. Okay, then again the next color. In this also save the middle line first like this. Now you can add different colors. See, first make these shapes. Don't make lines that I make a light green line then dark green line. Not like this. Randomly you have to mix. So I've taken little yellow and then green again. So the leaves are looking really nice and vibrant. This one is left now. Here I'll take darker color because it's at the base. So what happens is you just assume that sunlight won't be reaching in this part because it's under the flower. So I make this a little darker. First I'll save this little white line, then add some other color to it. Keep checking the amount of water that is there in my brush. I'm able to move the brush very easily. This is the sign that the water is enough. This particular petal was left. I'll just complete this part. And also this little stem here. Like this. You see the composition is complete now. Now we will fill the center of the flower. Here I'll put little yellow just on half the side, not the full side, okay? And rest I'm not going to do anything. Now I'll take a really dark color. You can take black and mix little brown into it, and with the thinnest brush that you have, make these tiny dots. You see? I'll show you slowly. Like this. Also, there should not be a pattern to it that they all are of the same size and equidistance. It does not happen like that in nature. They are randomly formed. Anything in nature is formed very randomly. I'll put more dark color in the next layer. First I'll finish little bit here and just first fill it with little dots, and then you start extending them. Again, keep them haphazard. Don't keep them of the same length and same height. Don't do that. Okay, like this. And finally I come back to this again, because this seemed to be lighter. So what I'll suggest is, don't cover the entire lighter portion of the these polars that we made. That gives a even better look. So some light, some dark, like this. Yes. Now comes the final touch up. We'll take little extra red once more and add at few places. This has to be done very carefully. So just add it here. Say suppose both the sides, just on the lower part. You have to keep rest of it the way it is. Only the 1/3 part of the petal will be covered with the next layer. If in the first layer only you have done it quite dark, you may not even need to do it. Remember, mine has become little lighter after drying. That is why I am adding. But if you feel that even after drying your flowers are dark enough, you don't have to repeat this. Around this place, I'll darken and then just spread it lightly. Upper portion I won't touch, I'll let it be. Then I'll put little bit of color here. So there is nice dark and light combination in the painting. Then comes the last part. Here I want to add little on all the sides because mine has become very light after drying. This is also there in watercolors. The colors look a little different after drying. So accordingly we add. But mind you, I am repeating it again, if even after drawing your flowers are bright enough, don't do this. Okay. But when we put dark against light, it really brightens up the painting. Like at this place, this is light, so this is dark. This difference should always be maintained in your paintings. Only then the paintings look real. So two darks should not be side by side, or two lights. Always it should be dark and light. Now little bit of touch up, say in the stems. I'm not going to do much here because the colors are still looking good. Here it is wet, so I've added just a little bit. This seems to be okay. I'm not going to do much, so just make the stem, and I think this is looking quite good. So this is the painting. Watch the video carefully many times. Don't be in a hurry to finish it. Take the entire day, and then when you are able to see this painting even with your closed eyes, then you start working on it. Thank you.